There were several people who provided quite a bit of input into this Middle East peace plan. One of them, a significant player, U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Friedman. He has seen tension between the Israelis and the Palestinians go on for a very long time. So the question now, why this plan? Why now? And can it even work?
What this plan does is it presents a hard offer to the Palestinians, the first they've ever received, the first time Israel's ever identified with specificity what are the territorial dimensions within which they're willing to live side by side with the Palestinian state. What are the terms under which they will accept a Palestinian state? What are the security protocols under which they will live next to a Palestinian state? So it's a really hard offer for the Palestinians. And on top of that, Palestinians have 4 years to claim the prize. 4 tough years. They have to, in that period, stop the malign activity. Hamas has to disarm. Islamic Jihad has to disarm. They have to stop paying terrorists. They have to stop inciting hate.
How do they even get there at this point? They don't trust Trump. They don't trust folks coming from this administration.
Well, look, this was designed to, if not regain or obtain the trust of the leadership, at least to obtain the interest of the Palestinian people. Look, the leadership has failed the Palestinian people for generations. They've become pawns in larger conflicts, and the leadership has shown itself to be very adept at misdirecting the resources of the territory to their own pockets. And so the fact that they're not jumping for joy right now is not a great surprise to us, because they thrive. Their business plan is to continue to foment this hatred. But the people within the territories, they are suffering.
As for evangelicals traveling to Israel, Friedman says there's good news in this proposed peace plan. Israel would have sovereignty over many historical biblical sites, which right now are hard to get to.
Israel has not yet obtained sovereignty over those territories. If they do, and our plan contemplates that Israel will, you're talking about opening up the Bible, bringing it back to life in ways that I think your listeners could not have even have imagined. I mean, imagine just ease of travel under Israeli civilian autonomy, Hebron, Beit El, Shiloh. I mean, it's an opportunity for biblical tourism that I think will grow and flourish in profound ways.
On this president, the Israeli transportation minister, I think, just recently said he's God's messenger in the White House. I mean, is Trump kind of heaven sent for you guys?
Well, look, when it comes to events that transpire, whether it's with regard to Israel or anything else, I mean, I'm a believer. I believe that God runs the world. So that would apply to the president. It would apply to you, me, and the cameraman. So that's not news to me.
And just to clarify, you would say it's not news to you. You're talking about kind of a, God puts people in certain places for certain times, kind of for such a time as this?
I think God puts people in places for certain times, at all times.
And Trump is Exhibit A of this.
He sure is.
David Brody, CBN.